That was a weird message. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Lunch with Linda. I'm Linda Daniels, and this is Inside Northampton Walls. I just got a message that writing comments was not supported in Facebook, so I don't know what that means. Again, it's something strange. If you can't comment on Facebook, you might be able to still comment on YouTube. I will have to check. I just updated my phone. Did y'all get that iPhone update thing? I'm a jig. Let me see if I can straighten this guy out a little bit. Oh well. And now I obviously I'm going to have to go back and check everything. I don't see. Oh, there we go. All right, Amanda. Yeah, YouTube. Oh, Deb. Hi, Deb. Deb has made a Facebook comment. So maybe it's just one of those strange messages that you get when things seem to not go according to plan. I'm struggling trying to figure out how to have a guest on YouTube Lives because we're supposed to have Emre next week join us from Earth Yarns. So I'm trying to figure that out. And hopefully I'll be able to call him tomorrow or Wednesday and see how he has done it before, because we got 2 big boxes of samples from them, basically a trunk show. And next week we'll have all of the garments and accessories that they've sent us out and up so that you can see them. The store is stuffed with goodies. Welcome to December. The big countdown is here, not just for gifts, but for all of your winter knitting. Hopefully you will be able to find something that we have that will entice you. So hi Marie, hi Penny, hi Kathy, hi Janina, Nina. Glad that you could all join us. Yeah, okay, Eileen. So it's so funny that you ask, because this is one of many sweaters. This is an oldie that I made myself. And many of my sweaters, really many of them, end up being knit out of leftovers. The last few skeins of something, or I think I have enough and I run out, and of course the yarn is gone or discontinued. And so a lot of my pieces seem to be pretty creative, but only because I don't have the yarn. So this is a cardigan that I made myself a few years ago. The back, I don't even know, the back is 2 colors as well. So I had an equal number, I guess I had more of this color, this green, than this green, because I was able to do the sleeves in one color, and then I had just a few skeins of this color. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is probably the most expensive sweater I've ever made myself. This was a cashmere from Classic Elite Yarns that's been out of business for a number of years. It was called Posh, so it's a bulky weight cashmere. I absolutely love this sweater, and I was so happy to take it out again this year because it is definitely one of my favorites. And I have to tell you, this year my sweater closet suffered moth damage. For a while, almost every single sweater that I took out of the storage area to put on had at least one hole in it. Fortunately, this one did not, so I was feeling very lucky. So I've spent a few days repairing my things at home. So if you see me and spot a hole that I didn't catch, please let me know. I will not be upset or embarrassed. It's moths. It is moths, and they are rampant and really intense. I cannot tell you the number of repairs we've gotten in this season. And I mean, I rarely have had moth damage in my sweaters, and this year, honest to God, I think I was repairing 6 or 7 of the sweaters at home. So watch out. There is no real way, I'm sorry to say, no real way to eliminate or kill the moths completely. I've watched a number of scientists on YouTube talk about it, and they all say the same thing. It's light rather than dark. So take your sweaters out, give them a good shake, let them sit in the sun. You can freeze them. You can freeze your sweaters, but it doesn't really kill them. It just stops the process for a while. So light, clean, and then put them away. That's the best that we can hope to do. So anyway, thanks for asking about this. It is definitely one of my favorites. I wanted to show you some things today, talking about goodies that we've got left and lined up in the shop for you if you are Christmas shopping for a friend that's a knitter or for yourself. And talking about that, Eileen just put up a post in the Northampton Wools Facebook group. She had knit the 3-color cowl by Yohi Locatelli as a model for the store, and had enough of the yarn that I gave her to knit a second one. And if you come in and look at it, I can show it to you. I didn't grab it to show during the live, but we've got the yarn that she used for it, and she knit 2. So you buy 3 skeins of yarn and you have enough yarn to knit 2. Well, she had so much fun, she said, doing it, that she went ahead and knit more. And of course, I brazenly asked her which one was mine. You don't really have to give it to me, Eileen. You really don't. I feel like I'm asking, pushing. You don't have to, but I'll take one. Well, wait till you see. If you're not on our Facebook group, go check it out. It's the Northampton Wools Facebook group, and I'll let you in if you're a knitter, and then you can see her post. Hey, Bess. Glad that you can join us. So I had my glove on this weekend, and a number of customers constantly commented and thought I was making a fashion statement. Well, I'm not. I'm not trying to be MJ or Michael Jackson. I'm not trying to be cool or even fashionable. I'm suffering. I am having some pain in my hand, and I have to keep knitting. I've got too much work to do. So this helps. This is one of those copper, all these little dots are copper dots, and really and truly, and I was a skeptic for a very long time, right when the gloves first came out, but I do find them really helpful, especially when I start to have this kind of pain. Sometimes this is right here. Sometimes I get a little pain in my thumb area right here, and it's usually because of what gauge of knitting I'm doing. And so I'm just trying to be careful and protect myself, because this is, 42 years of professional knitting, and knitting a lot. We could probably count up the days in my life when I have not knit, and still wouldn't fill an entire month. So I knit all the time and a lot, and fortunately have not had the kind of trouble that some people have had. I've not had any carpal tunnel syndrome. It's mostly been muscular stuff for me in my shoulder or in my elbow sometimes, but that's what this is. So it's not fashion, people, it's necessity. So I wanted to show you a couple of the items that we don't always necessarily have displayed, but that we do have a few remaining ones that you might think about either putting on your list or getting as a gift. First of all, the Likey Swifts. We still have 4 of these left. And if you don't have a Swift or a ball winder at home, it's time. It is time for you to do. We have found more and more companies are putting their yarns up in hanks that need to be wound. And although we're happy, we charge you, we will wind your yarn up here. It's not always something that's easy for us to do, depending on how busy we are or how long it takes or how much yarn you've bought. Let me just unwrap this because it's making a lot of noise. So it comes wrapped in paper, and in that nice bag that you just, saw me take it out of to protect it, so you'll be able to store it. This bag will even hang in the closet if you don't have shelf space for it. But we really like the Likeys. There is a screw that connects it to the table, so it sits right on a table. But what we really like is how easy and fluid this open and close piece is. This is a whole lot easier. We do have the other birch woods as well, but the birch is a little drier and a little stickier, so it doesn't open quite as much. If you've seen me wind up yarn in the store, then you know sometimes we've really had to struggle to open this part up. You can get just this part, just the umbrella swift, and use just the umbrella swift without the ball winder. You can put this basically does the job of the people that you have to try to convince to hold the yarn hanks out like that while you wind them up by hand. This will hold those hanks up and you can wind them up by hand, and that way people won't go running away from you when they see that you're taking out your yarn and need some help with it, right? That you'll be able to do it by yourself. What you cannot do, okay, so we've got, like I said, 4 of these, and this particular brand is incredibly inexpensive. It's only $58 plus a little bit of tax. And we love the dark wood. Really like the dark wood in comparison to the blonde. What you cannot do is use just the ball winder. And we've got some of these left. I'm going to stand up and grab it. Kate, by the way, is not here. She is on her way. She did test negative today. So she's over COVID, so she might show up any time now. Yeah, knees work well. But this past week, there have been 2 big yarn hank messes that I've had to fix from people who have tried to wind it up on their knees or on their toes. I usually also recommend to the back of a chair. But this is the ball winder part, and it also condenses so that when you open it up, it locks in place there so that this part where the yarn feeds through won't come apart. And then the top part, the spool part, fits into those little holes like that and sits in like that. This also clamps to the table, and then with your yarn on the Swift, you can use this ball winder and make those beautiful cake balls of yarn. So if you don't have one of these and you are knitting a lot, I highly recommend that you do get this for your house. And again, it all goes back into a nice little shape in the box for storage. I won't bother to take the time to fuss around with that. And these retail for $57. So for a little over $100, you can get the entire set and never have to worry. I mean, at 10 o'clock at night and you're ready to start the next project, or you want to knit some more and you're looking at a hank of yarn that needs to be wound up, all you want to do is knit, not sit there and try to wind it up. So that's one of the things that we're recommending for a gift this year. The other really unique item that we have in is from Amanda's husband, who actually is a retired doctor, and he is a woodworker. His big hobby is woodworking, so he has made these telephone or iPad holders for us, and they're cut in such a way. I'm just looking around because I'm like, where the heck did the one with the phone in it go? The phone or iPad sits right in here and tilts backwards slightly so that you can see your pattern and read your pattern right from your iPad. More and more people are doing that now, rather than printing the patterns out and having to fool around with paper. It also has a nice little indentation right here. You can put your stitch markers, sewing needle, even your little pair of scissors in there so that you always know where everything is. I have one on the table that I use now, and I put candy in it because I need candy, especially at this time of year. So we've got plenty of these. Amanda just brought down a whole bunch of them. So they're in all different shades and types of wood. He's recycling pieces of wood. Look at the grain in that. That's so pretty. So we've got a bunch of these in, and these would make a great gift. Even if you're not using them knitting for your pattern, I find it really helpful just to have my phone sitting up there so that I can see when I get text messages or phone calls. It's really easy to see right away. We still have a lot of the Jessalou bags available, and these prints are so fun. So what have I, a lot, well, I think looks like I've got about 7 of them. And we've got 2 different sizes. This is a big size, nicely lined. But if you're looking for a project bag, these I highly recommend. So there is a ribbon holder on each side. You can clip your keys to it so that your keys are right there. This size is big enough to hold a pattern, your iPad, your knitting project, extra yarn, whatever, and a little notions bag. And then the smaller size is still a good size. I just love the fabric prints. They're so, so pretty. And she also puts a really cute pull on the zipper right there. So that, I wonder if you can see that. It's a little bee with some beads on it. So each lining is different in an appropriate kind of material, contrasting material to the outside. So we have these, the smalls are $40 and the larges are $55. And like I said, we've got a few of these left. I've just got to show you this one too, because this is a fun one, so fun. This is me knitting way too long. I will still be knitting when I am a skeleton. Okay, if you got the email yesterday, one of the things that I featured in the email for a gift is called a Yarnet, and we have not talked a whole lot about it. I was introduced to the Yarnet during class way back when we were still having our regular sessions by some customers and students there that used the Yarnet and loved it. So we ordered some, and now we've got them back in stock. And the big question is, what the heck is a Yarnet? It looks like this. It looks like a little round spaceship. That's paper in there and not a real ball of yarn. But basically, this is a yarn ball holder. So the top opens up, that piece of paper will come out, and you would put your ball of yarn on the inside. And when you close it, you then have several holes to feed that yarn through, including a big open stripe that the top is open as well. You can stick your knitting needles down through the top when you're done, and the whole thing will sit right there. But that's not all. The Yarnet comes with a rubber base, so when you put it on the table, it does not slide. It won't slide off the table as you pull that yarn because it's going to stick. It's not a suction cup, it's just rubber so that it gives a little bit of stickiness to it. That rubber piece comes off like that, and the bottom is like cup-shaped. Cup-shaped, which means it can go in your cup holder in your car, so that when you're not driving and you are sitting there knitting, you can put this in the cup holder and have your yarn stay stationary instead of falling all over the floor on the in the car and wondering where it is. And that, hi Kate, and that can lead to several horror stories. I will never forget a student of mine who said that she was on a long car trip with her husband. He was driving. They stopped for gas. She got out to use the bathroom or get something to drink, got back in the car, and off they went. And as she knit, she came to the end, a broken end of her yarn within inches, and realized that her ball of yarn had fallen out of the door and they had taken off, and it just, you know, basically unraveled as they drove down the street. And they did not ever get that ball of yarn back, because who would want it, first of all? So this will keep your ball of yarn in the car safe and secure by putting it into the cup holder. Also, it comes with a strap, so you can hook. There are instructions for how to hook it on. You can hook this on either side and actually wear it around your neck or around your shoulder, so that you can carry this while you walk. When you take the strap out, you are left with this little cup section part right in here. There is where you can put a little pair of scissors, a tapestry needle, stitch markers, anything, any small little thing that you need for that particular project. And then this goes back on top of it, and all of that stuff sits securely inside that little space in there, so that when you're ready for it, all you have to do is open the bottom up again. They do make a much bigger size, but this is just the right size. So the people in that class would bring them, and we'd have a table full of little Yarnet spaceships with yarn balls in them. And it's big enough to hold a really good size skein of yarn. So this one, I think we have about 5 of these in the shop. And the box is behind you, Kate, right there. It does come in a plastic box, but that plastic box also comes in a cardboard box. So again, it's really easy to store, easy to wrap, which, by the way, I did also mention in the email, we are happy to do gift wrapping for free this year. It will take us a minute or two, but we've got lots of fun paper. So you can get this for yourself, get this as a gift, get somebody to get it for you. All of these things are on our website and are easy enough to purchase for you. I want to show you one other little thing before I do the big reveal. These are something brand new in the shop just for this winter. They are hot chocolate bombs. How many of you have ever had a hot chocolate bomb? I couldn't believe these when I saw them. This one is strawberries and cream. So this is what you get. Now, I tried one of these last night at home because I felt like I couldn't talk about them until I had actually had one. And you didn't have to twist my arm. So that's the strawberries and cream. I'm going to tell you what I found. This one is a salted caramel. Look at that. I have to open it because you have to see it. I just might have to have another one today. You have to use, they're huge. You have to use it with milk. These are not water. You heat up milk. Oh my God, look at that thing. It is immense. So you heat up milk. Last night had a chocolate one, and I heated up about a cup of milk in the microwave for 1.5 minutes. And then you put the chocolate bomb in a cup. Make sure it's a big cup. And from tasting it last night, I think from now on I would do a little bit over a cup. I think like 1.5 cups might be more appropriate. Put that in the cup, pour the hot milk over it. And it was so much fun because the hot chocolate bomb floated on top of the milk as it began to melt. And the next thing I knew, the chocolate covering on the outside had melted away and popped up with marshmallows, and I started to stir it so that I could combine the milk with all of the melted chocolate. It was delicious. Really, really delicious. So these are a lot of fun. We've got a lot of these in as a fun little stocking stuffer or extra add-on for gifts. And last night will not be the only one that I try. So hot chocolate bombs. And the reason I'm showing these is because it's one of the items that you are going to get in the shop swap box. This is the last week to order them. For those of you that don't know, Natalie Bell and her mother opened a store in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and Natalie used to work for me when she was a student at Smith College. And for the last couple of years, we have combined forces to do what we've called the shop swap box. Natalie puts together a little box representative of her store, and I put together one representative of our store. And the idea was that her customers would buy mine and my customers would buy hers. You don't have to. You can buy mine if you want to. But I wanted to, we've always done it as a mystery, but I wanted to share with you some of the things that are in the box, because I know that my customers get very curious about it and are maybe a little bit reluctant to purchase it until they know what's in it. So I have one of the boxes right here. Hold on. And this basically is what you're going to get when you purchase my Shop Swap box. You're going to get a pattern and 2 skeins of the Sophio cashmere, which will be enough to make this cozy cowl. Really, really warm and soft against your neck. I know when I'm out walking my dog in the morning, or I get the night walks a lot, my coat doesn't go up to here. And I hate it when my neck and my chin are cold. So this is just the right size and so, so soft and warm and cozy that I can wear it against my skin for the 45 minutes that dumb dog wants to walk outside and sniff and smell and look and be scared about things in the dark. But this is what you will get, enough to make this and the pattern, which is a pattern exclusively written by me. This pattern will not be available in the store. It is only for the Shop Swap box. You'll get the 2 skeins of yarn. You're gonna get a hot chocolate bomb, one of several different flavors. You're going to get a Christmas Swedish dishcloth. You're going to get the needles that you need to make that cowl, Chow Goo needles. You're going to get a Northampton Wools pin and sticker and stitch stoppers from Fox and Pine, those cute little rubber stitch stoppers, and a couple of other of our Go Knit Something, Knit Local stickers as well. I think that was everything. I think that's everything. Okay, so that's what you get. It's going to be wrapped up in this great Christmassy tissue paper. We can either mail it to you, because this will be in another cardboard box if you need it to be mailed to you, or you can pick it up. But I thought this year I would tell you and show you what's going to be in the Shop Swap box. It's only on sale. I think Natalie has hers on sale until next week, but we've got too much going on. I need to get these together and done by this Friday, and then they're going away, so they won't be available after that. It is on the website. All you have to look for in the search bar is the Shop Swap 2022, and it will pop right up and you'll be able to order one if you like. One more thing actually 2 more things that I wanted to talk about. We've had, again, a number of people ask about another ranunculus class, which I will do again, but I won't really schedule anything until January and February. So watch the emails if you're interested in ranunculus. If you want to come in and talk to me about ranunculus and just what it involves and why it is so addicting. Already, the 5 people from the last class that we just finished the class, and they are currently working on the body. Already there are several of them that are talking about their next ranunculus that they're going to make. We will have another 3-week knit along class for that. And I forgot to bring the new yarn up. We did get one more new yarn in, and I fell in love. Kate, can you grab one of those bags for me? I have been watching this sweater. This is the Thistle Jumper. It is from Blue Sky Fibers. It is a purchase pattern on Ravelry, and I love it. If you've ever been to Scotland, the thistle is Scotland's native flower, their kind of symbol, and I've just really, really liked this sweater, and it's kind of been in my wish list for a while. And I'll tell you the truth, after finding moth holes in some of my sweaters, I was like, okay, I need a new sweater. I need something fun and different that I want to do. And so I have started it. And I would like to do it as a knit along. If anybody else is interested, just send me a little note or an email and I will schedule that. So we got in this yarn called Hardy Homestead Tweed. This is a yarn by Plymouth Yarn Company. It is a chunky weight. They're recommending a size 10.5 needle at 12 stitches to 4 inches. It is 90% Peruvian Highland wool, which is a nice, soft, but not machine washable yarn. This is a non-superwash yarn, and 10% Donegal. And whenever you see that 10% Donegal, everybody's like, what the heck is that? That's what they call those little specks that are in the mixed in with the spin of the yarn. You can actually pull some of those off. They just throw these little bits of colored yarn in there so that you end up with it spattered all over the place. It's not an actual dye, it's an actual piece of yarn. This is different than a speckled hand-dyed yarn. It is meant to be, like I said, on a size 10.5 needle it's basically 3 stitches to an inch, and it has 123 yards per skein. The pattern is a blue sky fiber yarn that only has 109 yards in it, and on Ravelry people have been saying that they have run a little bit short of the top background color because it's also on the sleeves. You will not run short with this yarn. It has enough extra yardage in it that the number of skeins that it calls for will be more than enough to do it. So I am doing that, not in these colors. The base color that I chose was the really dark gray, and then I'm using the white for the top, and then I'm combining it in the thistle color. It's a olive green and a purpley pink, a very pale purpley pink, and I'm using the Rios from Manos to blend in with that. So I would love to have people join me in knitting that. I've only just started it. I got through the ribbing and into the stocking net stitch. So I will post a little bit about that and maybe send out an email. It won't be a class because it's easy enough. It's knit from the bottom up, so it's all the boring stocking net stitch in the round. It's knit in the round. The sleeves are done in the round or on double pointed needles, and then it's all joined together at the yoke. So it's really the yoke part that is the stranded color work knitting. Yeah, Gia, I'd love to have you look at it. It only comes in natural colors. It does not come in any dyed colors yet. So there are several shades of gray, several shades of tan, and then the off-white. I do have them listed because I did enter them. My hair is itching me. I do have them listed on the website, but Kate will put pictures up this afternoon so that you can see what it looks like. Right, Kate?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. But that's one of the, I think, really great sweaters that would be wonderful to do with it. Okay, I think that's everything that I wanted to cover today. Yeah, it is. So we will hope to see you this week. Our little ornaments in the window are selling really quickly. People are really loving the displays, and all of those needle felting kits are really selling really quickly. So if you had your eye on one, get in here before it is sold out. I think we only have one of the red panda left. And we have spread out the Christmas Swedish dishcloths all over the place as well. So lots of stuff going on. I sure hope that Emre and I get Monday's live figured out, and hope that you can join us, because I'm not sure that we'll do Facebook. It will just be on YouTube live, but it will then be recorded. So in the meantime, enjoy this fabulous week and go knit something. Bye, everybody.